So, tell me a little about yourselves.
My name is Ciambra, and I've been teaching at Spalding for 4 years, and I graduated from UNH with my bachelor's degree in biology and my master's degree in secondary education.
My name is Taylor Ramsay. This is my second year at Spalding High School. First year I was a long-term sub, and this year I am teaching biological sciences. We're sharing an awesome room together. Recently graduated from the University of New England with a degree in biology and a certification to teach life science, and I'm currently working on my master's in curriculum theory and instructional strategy from the same school.
What jobs did you two do before teaching at Spalding High School, and can you tell us about them?
Before I taught at Spalding, I worked at Lanza Biologics, which is a biotechnology company in Portsmouth, and I was involved in the manufacturing of different cancer therapy drugs there. We had to make a specific protein that went into a specific chemotherapy drug that was then used for certain types of cancer. So I was in charge with some other people of synthesizing the protein that we would then send to another company that actually put it together with the other components of the drug.
Oh man, what didn't I do? From my time, I've raked blueberries, I've hung kelp. I mainly, from my time for college, to pay for college, I worked in a restaurant for 9 years. I did everything from washing dishes to cleaning tables, to waiting tables, to cooking. I've worked in a greenhouse. I've done all sorts of things before my time here at Spalding.
What are the craziest trips that you've ever been on?
When I was in high school, and then again in 2012, I went to Costa Rica, which was a lot of fun. And I also did a study abroad program when I was in college in New Zealand. And I also did, this wasn't really a trip, this was just a cool thing. I took an ornithology class on an island off the coast of Portsmouth.
Craziest trip I've ever been on, me and my family, we did a fishing trip across Canada. We went from Nova Scotia to Ontario to Quebec to Newfoundland to Labrador. We did all sorts of fun things, a lot of ferries, a lot of fish, not caught by me.
What are your hobbies?
In my free time, I enjoy hiking and riding my bike and snowboarding, and yeah, that's it.
I enjoy kind of the average, I guess you could call it, nerdy things. I love movies. I spend most of my time watching movies, Netflix, Hulu, sitting in Cinemagic, taking all of my money. I used to do hunting. Play cards, I liked video games, but reading is probably my top choice. I love a good book. Nothing's better than sitting down, getting lost in a book, and then realizing you just spent 4 hours going through a nice book.
Mr. Ramsay, why did you stop hunting?
So I stopped hunting primarily because of the fact that my last year of college, I had the fortunate experience. I raised a baby deer in my bathtub.
So you were like, I can't kill something this cute and adorable?
Yeah, it was basically like after you bottle fed a deer for 4 months, it's kind of like, oh, I can't hunt anything anymore. Yeah, so I don't hunt anything really anymore because of the fact that it's all just too cute and adorable. So I found her actually, in an apple orchard. Her mother got hit by a car, and she was hanging around our house, which was close to the orchard, and the baby just wandered around looking for its mother and didn't have anything to eat, didn't have anything to drink because its mother was dead, so it couldn't nurse. So I found it out in an apple orchard, and I scooped it up in my arms because it was too weak to run. So I brought it back, put it in my bathtub, went to the store, got some Pedialyte, some goat's milk, and nursed it back to health for 4 months. Kept it, got it to it was big and strong, and then we took her to an island in Maine where there's no hunting, and we released her, which is also a sanctuary for white-tailed deer. And she's, to my knowledge, still roaming around quite free and happy.
Miss Ciambra, do you share the same enthusiasm for animals as Mr. Ramsay does?
Yes, I love animals. My two favorite animals are sea otters and penguins. But I super really like birds too. I have a lot of favorite different types of birds. I know penguins are birds, but they're special, you know what I mean? So yeah. I like all birds, including penguins.
So you like birds. Can you tell us why?
They're amazing. There are so many different types of birds. They have all these super sweet adaptations that allow them to survive in their environments, and they've evolved to be that way, and it's so cool. A lot of them are hysterical. Have you ever watched birds? They're so funny. So also, another reason I like them is because they're great environmental change indicators, because you can kind of research what the birds are doing and kind of by researching them, figure out anything that could be a problem, like within the ecosystem in which they live. And so I think that you really can learn a lot about the entire environment just based on the birds that live there. So they tell us a lot, and they're super awesome.
So both of you had accidents in your hobbies. Can you tell us about them and what happened?
Sure. I really like snowboarding, and last year I was snowboarding in like freezing rain, and I fell and I broke my collarbone in 2 places, so I had to get surgery. It was not fun. They had to take me down the hill in the sled.
During the family fishing trip that we went on in Canada, we went whale watching. And we went out and it was super rough. The guy didn't want to go out, but it was our only day to go whale watching, so we kind of convinced him. And so we went out and the boat was bobbing around, and I decided I wanted to stay in the bow of the boat and nearly fell off into freezing waters. So that was pretty fun.
What are each of your goals for the future?
Well, I guess I would probably like to continue to teach, but I also think it would be cool to be involved in some type of animal research or conservation effort, so that might be something I look into in the future. One thing I would love to do is go to the Monterey Bay Aquarium and help them rehabilitate the sea otters that they have there, because they like rescue sea otters that are injured and they bring them back to health at the aquarium, and it sounds like so much fun. So maybe I would do that. That would be sweet. If I wasn't a teacher, that's what I'd be doing right now.
Yeah, like Miss Ciambra, I love teaching. It's the best part of my day. So I want to continue doing that for as long as I can. I don't know what if I want to stay at high school. I think I might want to maybe go on to college, try my hand there. I've already tried middle school, so I kind of want to get a little feel for everything. And eventually, when I retire, I want to work at a zoo. Working at a zoo is my dream job. I love zoos, even though some people think they're just cages for animals. But I love zoos. They make people happy. Even if I have to be like the balloon hander outer for like an up, I'll be Carl. That's fine. I'd be fine with that.